Okay. So I just had a revelation. Every year I donate to, we have a women and children's shelter here for battered women where I live. And every year, when I go shopping for the year, I buy extra stuff, extra socks, extra pads, extra tampons. I buy toys for the kids, toothpaste, stuff that they need. And I drop it off at the shelter and I leave. My sorority, every time we meet, we're collecting bags. We're filling bags with food for the children at the schools, and we're going out, we're planting trees and all that stuff. And I thought about, growing up in the church, and you learn that your righteousness is but a filthy rag. And so it doesn't matter basically what that scripture and how it has been interpreted is that, all the good things that you have done for whoever, humanity, for your neighbor, even sometimes you do good stuff for yourself because rest is a good thing that you can give for yourself. But in all the stuff that you've done, and God sees that as a filthy rag, it's nothing. A filthy rag, you just toss it to the side. But then I saw a video of a pastor, a white pastor, who has said, oh, yeah, because, they're trying to turn this nation into a white Christian nationalist nation. And so they said, well, yeah, the interviewer asked him, will you allow black families to come in and worship at your church? And he said, oh, yeah. But they will have to completely do away with that toxic culture that they have. Because, and then he goes on to name the worst of the worst attributes. He said that black Americans, who are actually indigenous Americans, Solon, who, whatever you want to call us. But then he goes to say, we are the worst of the rapists. We commit the most rapes. We commit the most murders. He said that we commit the most genocides. We commit the most pedophilia. We commit, and then he goes on to say that we are the worst of this. We steal, when we come around, we still kill and destroy everything. So if they want to come to my congregation and worship with my congregation, then yeah, they're going to have to do away with that whole toxic culture of theirs, right? And then I see a video of what did Tabitha Speaks call them? The not real, not is real, or whatever she called them, is not real, and how the leader there was saying how, oh, where we're gonna have to get up, we're gonna have to get Twitter or X, and we're gonna have to get TikTok, and we're gonna have to do this, and we're gonna have to, and the meeting that they had in Atlanta a couple of years ago, where the one is not real woman said that the greatest threat to is not real are black youth, American black youth. And it's like, so me handing out pads, trying to provide for people in need, trying to help people in need, doing the best I can for people in need. What I do is filthy. It's but a filthy rag. But what they do is righteousness. No, I refuse. And I take that, I refuse to take that upon myself. And I realized that scripture that says your righteousness is a filthy rag is not talking about us. It's talking about them. And see, the problem is that we have been taught for so long by the church that everything negative that is talked about in that Bible, we automatically have been taught to automatically see that as ourselves. When decade after decade after decade, year after year after year, day after day after day, we have proven that we are not the people that Bible is talking about when it talks about evil. Now, are some of us? Yeah, that's every culture has, its good apples and its bad apples. But when we read that righteousness, my righteousness is but a filthy rag, I refuse to take that on myself. Because What is righteous about taking food stamps from children? What is righteous about taking food out of schools so kids can't eat? What's righteous about trying to get rid of healthcare so that multiple people can die? What is righteous about spreading false propaganda about pandemics when the world is sick and everybody, and you're like just coughing over everybody? And that's righteousness. So we really need to reinterpret the word and what was given to us and how it was taught to us. And we really need to start questioning these pastors who actually went to seminary and learned how to properly break down the word. They learned proper exegesis and proper eisegesis. They've learned it, and then they went back to their congregations and refused to use it. Why? Because proper exegesis it's freedom. So if you read the word that says your righteousness is but a filthy rag, is not real doing. Is not what they're doing in Gaza. Aren't they putting on this? They wear the nice clothes and the hair is perfect and the makeup is perfect on these women and the ties are straight. You know, everything is great. Having a party at the White House or wherever y'all had that party at the day before you shut all food stamps. Is that righteousness? Is that not a filthy rag? So we have to start separating ourselves from these people and how they misinterpret the word that's in the Bible. I think that if we start reinterpreting the word the way that the Most High Creator, whoever wrote the Bible, because there are certain things in the Bible that's just not true. There are things that have been added. There are things that have been taken away. And the things that have been taken away has been proven to show that it builds spiritual character and it builds spiritual connection with the actual divine. And those are the things that they took out of the Bible. And they put in stuff that said your righteousness. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can be the best mom. You can be the best dad. You can be the best wife. You can be the best employee. That's why when, you know, as a Black community, we excel at everything. And then they basically call it ghetto. They call it this. Is that not them saying that our righteous acts are nothing but filthy rags? And then they take it and then they filthify it even more. So I just want to challenge, whoever is listening. And whoever is supposed to see this will see this. And I draw unto this message those who are supposed to see it. Because our righteousness, if you're feeding the poor, if you're helping the sick, if you're doing all these things, you know, out of the kindness of your heart, and you open that word and it says righteousness is but a filthy rag, you have to understand that that Bible is not talking about you. That Bible is talking about what we're seeing right now. With troops in the streets and all this other stuff and all this chaos that's going on. They look real good in them expensive clothes, don't they? Those expensive clothes in the eyes of the Most High is nothing but a filthy rag. And so you can put righteous on whatever action you want to, but your words are empty. Because we see your filthy rags. And it ain't nothing right about that.